confidently tell you now that we have 1,393.7 megawatts. At inception also, PHED met on grant 7,007 transformers. Now we are talking about 10,005 transformers. On 11 kV feeder, we had 163 at inception. Today, I can confidently tell you that we have over 227 11 kV feeder. And of course, in all this, thinking about how to improve the service delivery, PHD has gone ahead, being the first disco in Nigeria. Don't forget we have other 11 discos. Being the first disco in Nigeria to have established what is called 247 call center. And it was remarkable. It was in 2015 that we took up that job. What is it? And of course, it is to allow customers, it's a central place where customers having a fault, one is way or the other to call, and it runs on 247. Aside that, PhD has equally created what we have known as 24 critical feeders. And of course, your own this area, Nigeria, Radio Nigeria is enjoying a lot just from it. So in all this, like I told you, whatever that is generated from the national grid, PHD is entitled to 6.5%. That is gazetted. Like this morning, what we had from the national grid was 311.9 megawatts. Now we are talking about installed capacity of 1,393.7. So there is a gap in the system, and that is why we always embark in order to take it around what is called load shedding.
Okay.
And stemming from that, there are some challenges also in the system, because the era of energy accountability that has given room for every energy to be accounted for.
I think we should take it step by step. I just wanted an overview, and you've built out beautiful statistics. I must commend you. You know your job, and you actually do that. Very beautiful statistics. So from inception to this point, exactly, what you met and what you have now, and from what you've done, that we have noticed a remarkable achievement. Gracious. Okay, let me come to Mr. Kingsley. Mr. Kingsley, as a user of power, electric power in Port Harcourt, can you rate the service of PHED?
Well, in terms of percentage,
yeah,
if I'm to rate the services of PHED, I'll score them 30%.
Okay, why that?
Because the services are poor.
Are you rating based on your locality or rating based on what you've heard all around you?
Based on my locality and what I've heard all around.
So you think the service in terms of the number of times they give electricity power in your area is 30% and all around Port Harcourt?
Well, it depends on which feeder. But my assessment and the assessment from where I live grade them 30%.
Okay. So why this rating? What is fueling this rating? Because
I can tell you that from most parts of Port Harcourt don't get power supply until on the average, maybe in a month, if they have power supply, it's just about a few hours. And the reason I rate them 30% is because PHED is not a government agency.
Private sector.
They're a private sector. They're in business. They bidded to provide to distribute electricity power to Nigerians. They don't generate, but you can be rest assured that from the information reaching the general public, the generating companies are trying their best to generate enough power. But PHED, from what we hear, are not buying enough power to distribute to consumers because perhaps they want to do shed or they want to ration it, and perhaps they want to save cost. And now, if you are under the service of your company and you are not provided the services and you are being charged for it, what do you expect the citizens to do? Will they be happy?
Okay.
And where I stay, we hardly have light in LGG, off other Georgia, and so many other places. Okay. In LGG or Reburu, we haven't had lights for a long time. Even when we do, it's just maybe about 1 or 2 hours.
Epileptic?
Epileptic is even good.
Okay, I'll come back to you. I'm looking at you. You have a whole lot to talk about, especially it has to do with the nitty gritty of power supply in your area. We'll have the expert here, and he will be able to answer most of our concerns. There is something I have noticed. If you have a small child in your home, a child of about a year and above, maybe a year, 2 years old, if there is a supply of power, immediately there's power, you see the child scream, lights. Because it's assumed that this is something that we should rejoice about. A Ghanaian was with us recently and was speaking in a seminar, and the power supply went out, and he was asking a question: when will Nigeria fix our power problems? Let me address that question to you.
Yeah.
What is wrong with our power supply, and why can't we fix it?
Thank you very much. What's the name again?
Okay.
Okay. Remember the history of electricity started in 1896, and that was in Yaba with 50 megawatts. Now, by Decree 24 of 1972, amalgamation of ECN and Niger Dam gave birth to NEPA, National Electric Power Authority.
We still call PHE the NEPA till today.
Now, in 2005, that's 31st of March 2005, PHCN was born. In parentheses, that's Power Holding Company of Nigeria, successor company. And of course, we have 18 of them. 11 discos, 6 gencos, and 1 transisco. Now, in the value chain, it's very clear. Because
to some persons listening to you, all these are jargons.
No, it is not jargon.
No, what I mean, jargons are your terminologies.
We can't change it. There are certain things we cannot
what I'm
change.
saying, what I want you to do is, we need a little bit of
no
breakdown so we can
will
understand.
try as much as I'm just one. So let me just quickly respond to what you said. You know, he has alleged that PhD is not taking enough power. Now, two things may be possible. It's either the limitation from the national grid. Since inception, why I gave you this job background, in 1896, 50 megawatts to, as we speak, Nigeria as a whole, with its nature, population, has not gone beyond 7,000 megawatts. And that 7,000 megawatts was achieved in 2017, December. And out of this 7,000 that was generated in December 2017, Transisco was only able to win to the disco 5,159. So the moral question, the question you ask yourself, remember I told you at the section that we have the mandate to distribute whatever that is generated from the grid. And from the grid is having a limitation in terms of the cats, in terms of Genco, the generating stations, in terms of Transisco. They are looking for their money. So you can only increase your generating capacity when you have the money that we have weighed out in terms of energy. You get it back. So that I will not lose my line of thought. So that because it is not out of it to say that PhD cannot, and again, everybody is learned in this room. And one of the characteristics of electricity is that it cannot be stored. You can't store it in the event of scarcity, you bring it out to come and sell. As it is being generated, it's being transmitted, and of course it's being, however, out of 227 11 kV feeders we had, with a 68 number 33 kV, all the feeders cannot be on with 311.9 megawatts we had this morning as against 1,393. So we evolved in load shedding. So if there's a local fault, for instance, if his feeder in Orebo is to be given supply at a particular period, but there's a fault on that feeder, which makes it possible for us to trace. Of course, the expected energy will be taken to another feeder. Pending the time, his feeder will be fixed. So maybe you didn't hear what I said. I said this one is verifiable. Google it under Nigeria Control Center. You see the energy delivered to each disco. Today, 311.9. So, and we are talking, we have a capacity of 1,393 to be given out. You see the lacuna? So I just want you to know, because, see, the issues we are having is this. When we are trying to explain our challenges in the system, even you as a journalist, you are already biased. I'm not saying you as a person. Because where you are living, you may be having one challenge or the other. You take it to the police in terms of energy theft. Somebody is caught in the system. You cannot, you understand kind of a thing. So we're having a great, and it is better for us to engage the elite. Because if you understand, the authorities have said, enlightened society is an egalitarian one, free from rumors. If you take